What's going on, everybody? Here with my son Jamal.
What's up, everybody? How we doing today?
Yeah, man, we on our way to the Giants game, last game of the season. We gonna watch these New York Football Giants host the Dallas Cowboys. Yo, I don't know if you saw this, Jamal, but to start the season, as much as I'm not a Dak Prescott fan, he came in this season cut up. He had that injury last year, and it kind of ignited something in him. So he came in real healthy, looking like a whole different version of himself. And even though the Dallas Cowboys have had a shit year because they're a shitty team, he looked good, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a lot for the team. It seems like he's trying to turn it around for the Cowboys. You know, they've been terrible for many years going on. So, you know, he's trying to do something to make it better for them, I think.
Yeah, for context, the last time they did anything effective in the playoffs, I believe it was 1994. Can you tell everybody what year you were born?
1995.
95. So it's been a long ass time for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, as much as I am not a Cowboys fan, it's not Dak Prescott's fault because dude has done a lot. This year he has balled out. He surpassed a lot of team records. And you can say a lot of things bad about Dallas this year, but Dak Prescott is not the reason why they aren't in the playoffs this year because he's done his job.
I think he's been rushing them for some touchdowns too, right?
I don't know if he's had rushing touchdowns, but his passing statistics this year have been out of this world. So
his hot targets, George Pickens, I think Jake Ferguson got a couple good ones in there.
Pickens has helped him look real good.
Yeah, Pickens is crazy this year, I think.
And they always seem to have a good tight end. So, and he uses them well.
Absolutely. I think moving into this game coming up, I think they're going to utilize CD more. He might be a underdog in a way, even though he's not the underdog. He's going to be looked at a lot more by.
Is he playing? I thought he got injured a couple of games ago.
I'm not positive.
Okay. Well, if he is playing, he's going to be one of his preferred targets as he has been for a long time. And then, like you said, Pickens, man. Pickens a head case, but dude be balling, man. Mm-hmm. That long ass neck. That long ass neck, but he be catching them passes, boy.
Yeah, he do.
and so what do you think gonna happen today?
I think Giants are gonna take it. They're gonna win. I think that
even though that puts them at the 7th position of the draft.
Dart doesn't care about the picks, so you know, I think that we might see 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns from Dart. Definitely one from Wanderlei.
Wandale ain't playing.
Oh, he's not. So maybe Theo, is he playing?
They sat him down. Theo's not playing. They talking about he got some kind of illness, a non-contagious illness. Meanwhile, he had the Knicks game, but he ain't playing.
Interesting.
Tell me you trying to tank without telling me you trying to tank.
Yeah, they're taking the season.
So, and I get it. Like number two pick, right? Mm-hmm. Number 2 pick, you can trade down and get some assets, but I don't think Wandale's playing. I don't think. Well, I know he's not playing. I know Theo's not playing. I don't know that CeeDee Lamb is playing either, but I don't know. I think Jackson Dart, like you said, like he's just a competitor. Like he want to win games. And honestly, everybody that's putting on a uniform and stepping on the field today, I think is going to try to win.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to happen. And we saw last year, the Giants played the Indianapolis Colts, and they had Drew Lock. Couldn't fucking believe it. Drew Lock threw 4 touchdown passes, 2 to Malik, and messed up our pick. Because we were the number 1 pick and dropped the number 3 as a result of his performance in that game. I can't lie. It felt good to get a win, especially where they did it. It was like, holy shit. But it was disappointing too, because like where was this all year, right? Like where was this all year? Like you show all this talent, put it on full display on the last game of the season. It's truly meaningless. And this is what we were going to these games, driving 90 miles to see y'all play. And we ain't getting none of that.
Yep.
And then the time when we need you to be ass, you out there looking like Joe Montana, throwing 4 touchdowns. That was crazy, right?
That blew my mind. I called that win too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really stupid. I think the Raiders ended up getting first pick after that.
No, it was actually the Tennessee Titans got the first
Titans,
pick.
yeah.
And they took Cam Ward. So, and then the Jaguars had the second pick and they took Travis Hunter. And then the Giants, we got Abdul Carter, who, by the way, balling his ass off right now.
Dude's a beast.
Yeah, so what do you think we're going to see from Abdul Carter today?
Hoping a lot of, a couple sacks, hopefully. But, like you said, Dak's been doing pretty well this year, so.
His offensive line banged up for this game, too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's advantage Giants because Brian Burns is still playing. Thibodeau been sat down for the remainder of the year. Okereke will be out there. Dexter Lawrence going to be out there. Paul Robinson-Harris, he's been playing decent, not great, but okay. He's got to improve against the run for sure. And Darius Alexander has really been stepping into form. He's been putting pressure and getting sacks, and that's why they drafted him. So, and then, the edges, you got Burns and Carter. It might be a rough day for that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
What you think about Kafka? The head coach, the interim head coach.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still understanding. I don't really know how the other guy ruined the Giants, so I'm trying to learn.
Brian Dable?
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to do. I really don't.
He ain't going to do well. He ain't going to be a head coach for the Giants. Mike Kafka, when I am looking at and thinking about him from a purely objective place, Mike Kafka really wanted to do well as a head coach.
Who did he coach previously?
He's our offensive coordinator, and he was the quarterbacks coach for the Kansas City Chiefs and did a lot working with Patrick Mahomes. So, and not for nothing, I think he's done a good job as an offensive coordinator for the Giants. And he's the interim head coach now. They let go of Brian Dable. They elevated him to the interim head coach position. And in that position, he is still calling plays, even though he hired Tim Kelly to be his OC.
Right.
But Kafka is still calling the plays. And I will say this, Mike Kafka is still a good play caller. Every now and then he have these head-scratching moments like, why did you do that? But overall, he's a good play caller. I mean, some of the plays that he's drawn up this year has just been like, holy shit, and it worked.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston against the Lions had 2 trick plays, and both of them were executed to perfection and resulted in touchdowns. And he's had many other examples of him being or showing that he's a good play caller.
Right.
Brian Dable, I think Brian Dable is a good OC also, but and probably a little bit of a better head coach than Mike Kafka, but he's got some growing to do too. Now, that's not to say neither of these guys are going to be head coaches in this league at some point, but right now, I don't think Dable is going to be hired as a head coach, and I don't think Kafka is going to be hired as a head coach. But I do think no matter what happens with this game, no matter what happens in the offseason, I think that the Giants are going to bring in a new head coach. Don't know who it is yet. And once they bring in their new head coach, I think they're going to move on from Kafka, not because he's good, but because they want to bring in their people. It could be they like Kafka and say, you know what, we're going to keep you and interview you. And if the interview goes very well, they might decide that, you know what, we're going to roll with you because you've developed some chemistry with this franchise quarterback, Jackson Dart. So we're going to keep you. We don't want to break that up, but I don't know.
I like that ideology. I think that's possible. I don't really know what's going to happen. I need some more time to think about it. I like to look at the media and see what they're going to say because they always do the complete opposite of what they say. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, one of the things I wanted to point out to our viewers is I remember pre-draft, you and I had a conversation and you was like, well, I'll let you tell it. You had an idea who the Giants were going to draft for quarterback.
Yeah, several before the draft, I saw a lot of news that the Giants were going to draft Shador. And I knew that wasn't going to happen because they're not going to, you could bet on those things. So that's why they're not going to let that happen. And then the next option would have been Cam Ward. And that's too obvious. And I think at one point in time, I was watching a podcast or something about Jackson Dart versus Cam Ward. And I'm like, well, who's Jackson Dart? And I looked at his stats and they were similar to Cam Ward. So I'm like, this is the guy the Giants are going to draft. Sure as shit, that happened.
He did.
And I was sleeping at the time, I think, too. And I woke up and I saw Jackson because he was drafted so late. Oh.
Yeah, they did. They drafted him. And I'll be honest with you, and I think that universally, a lot of Giants fans were like, Jackson Dart? Why Jackson Dart? Yeah, and I wouldn't say all, because some people, they were like all in on Jackson Dart, right? Yeah. But, you know, there were quite a few of us who were like, he ain't the guy, man. Why you draft this guy? Like, I thought we were looking for our future. He might be a backup. And all throughout training camp, all throughout the preseason, Jackson Dart, he put on a show. He was like, I'm going to show y'all drafted the right quarterback. Right. All that Cam Ward, Shador, Sanders talk that was out there. Yo, I'm Jackson Dart. And I'm coming in with the attitude that is perfect for New York, the skill set that works perfectly with the players that we have.
Right.
And I want to win.
Right.
And they drafted him, and he did all of these things during those training camp periods and preseason games. And it was like every time he stepped on the field during preseason, he put up a touchdown. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
This Jackson Dart dude.
Yep. It's crazy. The dude's nuts. Cam, too. Cam Scatterbo. Can't let him go under the radar.
Yo, Cam Scatterbo, 4th round draft pick, coming out of Arizona. Tyrone Tracy Jr. went down in the first game of the season. And all of a sudden, Cam Scatterbo, he's given his opportunity. And he goes in there and he fucking delivers.
Yeah.
Not only does he deliver, he put fear in opposing teams' linebackers and safeties. Like, I'm not tackling that dude.
Yeah.
Because he's going to run you over. He initiated the contact. He wasn't waiting for you to hit him. He was going to hit you.
Yep.
And it was like, wow.
Yeah,
he really
manic
did.
Energy when he's out there. He's like a switch flips and he's just going.
Yeah.
Especially when that ball gets in his hands. It's like, stay out of his way.
I tell you what, even in a losing season, the Giants have shown us so many reasons to be excited about next year already.
Oh, yeah.
Because a couple of, like, for example, our quarterback room, I love it going into next season, right? So we're going to have Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, and they'll probably bring in another quarterback to run the practice squad. I don't know who they're going to bring in, but they will, right? I love our quarterback room, our running back room. Cam Scatterbo, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Devin Singletary. And then we got Turbo Miller, Dante Turbo Miller, who never gets to see the field, which they elevated him from the practice squad today, so maybe he'll get some play time.
Nice.
He is very good. How do you not like that running back room? Our tight end room. Listen, Sugar Water Theo Johnson dropping passes is pissing me the fuck off. And I'm going to keep it 100. He is pissing me off. But I like Thomas Fedone. I don't know why Thomas Fedone didn't get more play time. He had really good hands. He caught the ball. He came over from, I forget where he was, either Miami or Denver. And he's got soft hands. He catches the ball. He's a big target in the red zone. Something that we have not been able to do well is pass the ball in the red zone. Mm-hmm. But you want to have big body, good hand catching tight ends in that position. So if Theo can fix his drops problem, and Daniel Bellinger pretty much catches anything you throw at him. He's just a good tight end.
Yeah.
I like our tight end room. I don't know that Chris Manhertz is somebody, and I like Chris Manhertz, don't get me wrong. He's a very good chipper, and he's very good in the running game. But we need more than that, somebody that's good in certain situations. We want somebody who's pretty good all around. Right, and I think they need to really improve in that regard. But the tight end room, I do give it a C. I don't think it's terrible. I give it a C. You know what I mean? And then our offensive line is steadily improving. I think we need two more good pieces. Let me not say 1 to 2. 2 more good pieces. We need another person who could come in for depth as tackle, and we definitely need another rotational guard player.
Yeah.
We have to have that.
Yeah.
But Schlottman is a rotational player right now. He comes in and relieves John Michael Schmitz at center. And not for nothing, when he comes in, you wouldn't even know Schmitz was out of the game because he plays pretty well. But he's also effective at the guard position. And with Runyon and GVR out there, and they're getting up there in age, not for nothing, offensive linemen, they can play well into their mid to late 30s, and both of them are like 32 and under. They'll be okay for a couple of years. So there's no real urgency, but they got to get good depth. And we don't have that. So this is the time you develop those players to seamlessly transition into those roles.
Right.
So we got some good groups, man. Our edge rusher group is good. People are saying we might not keep Kayvon Thibodeau, though. What do you think about that?
I mean, they can say what they want, but we'll see.
I like Kayvon. I think he has quietly had a really good year up until he had that shoulder injury. But he's been very good. He's been getting a lot of pressure. The pressure hasn't really turned into sacks. And I think a large part of the reason our defense has struggled is because Shane Bowen was just not a very good defensive coordinator. And you can see the difference with interim defensive coordinator Charlie Bullen stepping in. The aggressiveness, the blitz packages, pressure, the sack numbers, the interceptions. These guys are balling hard on defense. And same players, different play caller and different approach to how he calls the game on defense. And we have seen tremendous results. A huge difference, huge turnaround. In fact, we were at the bottom of the league in all these statistical categories, and now we are all the way up in the top 10 in several of the most notable categories that you want to be in as a defense over the last period, the last 3 games. That's not an accident.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Even Dante Banks has played a little bit better. And I have been on record just trashing him for years because he has been underperforming ever since Wink left. But when you got the whole classroom failing tests, it might be the teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be the teacher.
I like that analogy.
And I think that that's what we've been seeing from these guys. So, you know, either way, I hope it's a good game and everybody finishes healthy. And I think this is the last time we'll see Kafka on a New York Giants sideline. I do like Charlie Bullen and what he's done. I don't know that he'll be here either, though, because, you know, new guys bring in new eyes, right? They're going to bring in all they new people.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
you want to make a score prediction?
I think that we're going to have a 36-28 Cowboys. Well, Giants win. Unfortunately, we're going to win.
Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, though?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have another high-scoring game.
Okay. All right. 36, huh?
36-28 Giants.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can actually see a game in the 30s. I don't know. I know that we got a reliable kicker now, so that helps too. So I think we're going to score 3 touchdowns and have 2 field goals.
I can see that.
And yeah, I think we're going to have, so I think we're going to be somewhere around 27 points, something like that. But I could also see the defense getting another turnover this week and bringing us up to 34. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because they just been balling so hard. So, yeah, I'll say 34-28. Giants win. Although a loss would serve us better in the draft. I think they're going to win this game. And I'm going to go 34-28.
Just because I'm going, I would love to see them win this game today. I know it's
right.
Gonna suck, but
yeah. So let's see how it goes. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Go Big Blue.
Yeah, a lot of girls probably crying from my old high school. Look, they see me everywhere they go. I probably would too. Look, crossed over to the Jordan man like I'm Michael. Yeah, eating blessings so much I might need lipo. Yeah, tailored for the doves like I'm walking in chucks. Yeah, it's just in this plan, man, I see all y'all shook. Look, knew that I was great ever since I was a rook. Man, all y'all singles making me look good. Okay, praise to the Most High, yeah, that's Jesus. Look, but when it come to this rap thing, I can't lose. Yeah, back-to-back number ones, that's the thing greats do. Yeah, tell them boys that ain't nothing I can't do. It's my year. It's my year.